It's rugby time, America. Frozen in time? Don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber, awarded the fastest and most reliable fiber internet. Plus, enjoy a 5-year price lock and a $400 prepaid MasterCard on us. Get Optimum Fiber internet starting at $40 a month. Call or go online today.
Do you know what doesn't help you recover from joint replacement surgery? Sitting in heavy traffic in the Holland or Lincoln Tunnel. World-class surgeons and comprehensive care. Do it right. Here, RWJ Barnabas Health.
Never seen it like this before. Whoa, make you wanna get that, get that. Got 'em coming back for more. Let's go. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow.
Enjoy peace of mind with a 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
Hey, playing for an ultra?
We're playing for ultras. Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
Tonight's presentation on Major Rugby is brought to you by Game Day Essentials, Everyday Savings, Vitacost, official online health retailer of MLR. Shop now at vitacost.com. And Sports Breaks, the official fan travel partner of Major League Rugby.
And Alan, let's take a look at today's rosters brought to you by Sports Breaks. For Miami, 3 changes to the pack who fell to New England away last week as Sean McNulty reclaims his starting hooker position. Braymond Murray is promoted to start at lock. And Thomas Beckerman, normally a hooker, replaces Manu Ardao at blindside flanker today. And almost too many changes to mention in the Miami backline, but notably Tomas Inciarte showing his versatility by stepping into scrum half. Shane O'Leary moves from fly half to fullback, and a welcome return for Tomas Kubija into the centres today. Let's have a look at the bench, and led by head coach Jose Pelicena today, who's opting for a bold tactic by selecting a bench to make maximum impact in the second half. Notably, regular team captain Tomas Kubeli at scrum half. And keep a lookout for Chase Shaw-Haskin as well. For Houston, well, only changes to the front row and second rows today since their narrow loss to LA last week, with hooker Peter Aneasu in for Seth Smith and Michael Scott replacing Pono Davis at prop. While Justin Basson will play his 50th MLR match today in the number 4 jersey. In the backs, AJ Alatimu starts at fly half for the injured Davy Kutzer. Juan de Oliver, normally a scrum half, starts on the left wing in place of Max Schumacher. And Louis van der Schaaf returns at inside centre, pushing Dom Akina outside one position in place of Tau Talatasi. Head coach Pote Human has a wealth of experience at his disposal on the bench, including the usual team captain Nathan Den Hout and veteran Kenny Nasangenge.
Our referee is the great Marquise Goodwin. Touch judges are Mo Chaudhry and Tom Siamp. That little wind will have a factor in this game with that ball swirling around. The Sharks in their Miami Vice colors in pink and blue will be on the left of your screen, and wearing white, it's the Houston SaberCats on the right. These two teams have played once in Major League Rugby. Houston winning that last battle 35-19 in the great state of Texas. We're about to go off here in the tank. The Sharks host Houston for the first time in the Sunshine State. You're watching week 9 of Major Rugby. It's a take here from the Sharks. Congratulations to 2 players, Ronan Foley, 50 matches in MLR, Miami player, and 50 matches for Houston's Justin Basson. A great achievement for those 2 great players. As the kick downfield is well fielded here from Drew Wild for the SaberCats. A nice little step in a little gap straight away. Beats 2 or 3, gets the offload. Here's a support runner. Warner flicks it to the right-hand side. Beautiful hands. Initially to keep that alive, and what a breakout from Drew Wild.
Oh, an electric passage of play. Houston already full of running. Drew Wild, what a counter-attack. Just pulled that one from the sideline. Nearly went out, and then off the left. And again, the offload was superb. Just couldn't quite finish it off.
Such a dangerous fullback. The Sharks here with Sean McNulty, capped US player. One of the 3 Miami players in the extended USA roster with Scott Lawrence. The first penalty of the game goes to the Sharks. Let's take a look at the keys to the match here, Mark.
Dallin, coach Jose Pellicena, feels there may be opportunities around the edges of the Houston defensive line with fast, wide attack. He also believes his team fell apart late in the game last week, so he has selected players on the bench to finish strong today. For Houston, Coach Potahuma believes that being better at the basics like set piece and defense is key against this Miami team. But the fundamental area he called out as most important is not giving away simple, avoidable penalties.
Well, let's see how both sides go with their strategies as Casares takes us and then loses it. The Sharks are 2-5 this season in the Eastern Conference, and again the set piece woes they start.
Miami have had some troubles. They changed the hooker quite a bit. McNulty is there, and then he'll be on the bench, and he's called up again. So maybe a lack of cohesion there in the forward pack. Trying to get that opportunity nailed down at line-out time.
Cohesion so important here. Davey Kutzer injured for the Houston SaberCats, so a chance for them again to have AJ Alatimu in the fly-off role. What an experienced player. He's at 32 years young from Apia, Samoa. Feed here from Vice-Captain Andre Warner. First scrum of the game. A tight hit, looks like initially, and then picked up from Miami. Beautiful stuff from them at scrum time. Kubisha in midfield. He is such an electric centre. Gets the offload away. Superb work from the Sharks. Whistle goes in back play as Tomas Beckerman hits the deck.
Let's take a look at that turnover from the scrum. Couldn't quite rake it back. See Ane Asu tried to rake it. Well, they call him a hooker. They got to hook the ball back. Couldn't quite do it. And then the shove and the fancy feet of Kubisha. As we said at the start of the show, a welcome return for that man, number 12. Just get the feeling, Dallin, don't you? There's going to be a lot of breaks made tonight, a lot of defenders beaten. We've got the conditions for it.
And I'm excited, as you said, Kubisha is so key for Miami. And Jojo Mora, a new addition, Canadian International 7s and 15 star. He is a lethal weapon. But scrum time now for the SaberCats, a side that are 5-2 in the Western Conference, coached by Potahuma. And Marquis Gooden, our referee, says we'll reset things.
There'll be one more scrum, as per the new laws that come in a couple of years ago. Try and speed up the game of rugby, particularly in MLR. Maximum of one reset, so we won't reset this one. It'll be a decision either way. And then we get on with the game.
Marquis Goodwin says outside of refereeing, one of his highlights is raising his 3 kids and not getting in trouble with his wife.
Which is tough for him.
SaberCats with Warner. That's good, steady ball for Wild to kick through. The chasers are there as well. This one just goes out as the flying up with Juan D. Oliver, the South African from Bloemfontein.
Simple play there, Dallin, but a solid option. Just coming down the left side. Plenty of space when you've got a split field like that, a scrum in the middle. Drew Wild just drills it into the ground. We call that a grubber kick for the new viewers of rugby. Don't know why.
Well, you're going to have to get an answer from me soon. You've got 75 minutes to work on that, Mark Stabina, as McNulty is strong at line-out time, the 29-year-old. 2 tries he scored for his franchise. Miami keep it tight with their forward pack. Tommy Enciarte marshalling things. Uruguayan international, 36 appearances to his name. just 28 years of age. He goes to the sky with a box kick. And Marcus Young follows up. Wild is there yet again. Oh, Young with a beautiful tackle. The native of Houston, Texas, going against his old city. Big strong fend from Rufus McLean. He's been a good addition as well as the 25-year-old capped Scottish international here with the SaberCats. Momsen with a good carry. The captain, the mountain as he's known, as Alatimu just pops one back. And Leary's there with that short haircut of his, and he opts for a big boot towards the stands.
A nice reply from Shane O'Leary. Look at that, the touch shot. Still running, still going. Back into the 22, which means it's a 50-22. I don't think I've ever seen one where it's gone out in the full over the 22 of the opposition. Normally it's a low kick toward the sideline, but what a clearance kick. Not only that, he wins the ball at the line out for his team.
Amazing play from Shane O'Leary. That touch shot just kept running and running and running. Where was he when I was playing? An attack here for Miami. Inside the opening 10 minutes of this game, in the shark tank. Miscommunication with the jump, perhaps, and comes the way here for the SaberCats. Alatimu in the midfield. Breaking tackle, still going strong. What a beautiful run. Here come the hands to Domakina. Van der Scape was outstanding on that breakout. Now here come the runners. To the ground goes Albert, now the short side. Van der Scape is there. Lourdes Van der Scape. It started the breakout from just outside their 22. Here's Emmanuel Albert with a headgear. Warner with quick ball around the fringes. Flies in Oliver, the 22-year-old. And another pick and drive, but we called back from the captain, Johan Momsen.
Ooh, I dare say Marquise Goodwin spotted a little obstruction. Let's have a look. All the way back here. Let's see the break. Alatimu to Van der Scape. Ball in two hands. That's how you do it, kids. Just keep the defense guessing. And then Akina always there to carry it on. The reinforcements come in. Miami defense struggling. You see them trying to get their defensive shape. Van der Scape backs up. Some good tackling, especially from Marcus Young. Desperation stuff from the Sharks. And then Albert tries to get in behind. Exciting passage of play.
Yeah, Mark, you mentioned the running from deep. What a beautiful breaker from Lourdes Van der Scape, the 26-year-old. He's got 14 tries to his name. He's a try-scoring machine, originally from Affis, the Afrikaans Woordsteen School in South Africa. Played with the Golden Lions and the Blue Bulls. The record try scorer for the SaberCats was Christian Dyer, now with RFC Los Angeles with 19 tries. Sam Windsor holds the record for most points scored, 432 in history with the Houston SaberCats, that are one of the original founders in 2018. Miami clear their lines. And this one does go into the stands. Impressed as well with the crowd coming out. They do such a great barbecue before, getting the kids involved as well in the field. The youth little camps they're running. Jose Pellicino on the chat with him earlier this week. He said, you're just building such a great culture there, aren't they?
I was just about to say that. He was really proud of not just what they're doing on the field, but what they're doing off the field over there in Miami. You can see, you can almost just feel and hear the electricity. They love coming out to watch their rugby.
Yeah, really do. Throw there from Peter Anayasu, known as the chief in midfield now. Here's Van der Scape. Kubisha comes flying up. It's number 12 and number 12. Warner and Alatimu go the far side. Wild looking to free up space for Rufus McLean, the flying winger here for the SaberCats. Big shot on Michael Scott. Man, that's fresh from being the former regional manager from Dunder Mifflin in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Great to see him in MLR. Albert with another strong carry. The short ball continues. Oh, and that offload wasn't needed from Sam Tuifua. It's been pinched on the other way for Miami. A chance here to play. That's a lovely step. Kabisha, it's on the ground and kicked ahead. The ball is still there. Inciarte is following up. So is Marcus Young, putting the SaberCats under pressure. Just loose possession. Albert, big step from the hooker. Anayasu, and then left behind. Miami yet again looking at counter-attack. Shane O'Leary, the fullback. It's such a beautiful kick earlier. The hands from Beckerman and Jojo Mora. We were thrilled to see him with ball in hand, but he needed just a better pass.
Some slick hands there, Dallin. Wasn't it a pleasure to watch? But I tell you what, Loritz van der Schyff coming across, just putting an end to that movement. Crunching tackle. O'Leary, quick hands there, and then boff. No, you don't. Huge hit.
Such a physical side, the Houston SaberCats. Side that come from dropping a game against RFC LA 24-22. Van der Schyff yet again, another carry, takes 3 or 4 on himself. The South African inside centre. Such a powerhouse midfielder. This kick straight down the middle from AJ Alatimu, former Seattle Seawolves player, now with Houston SaberCats. His teammates joke with him, saying he could play in the front row. Could Alatimu. He's such a powerhouse. Here's Drew Wild, but that kick has not gone very far.
Well, we've got to mention Shane O'Leary, nearly another 50-22 from a clearance kick. I mean, that's a 22-22. But didn't quite find touch. It found Drew Wild instead.
Short to the front, clever line out from Miami. Quick ball again in midfield. Elias with a loop around. That's a nice ball. It's a stab through again from the fullback O'Leary. The Canadian international follows up. Difficult one to handle. Juan D. Oliver hoofs this one downfield, but the pressure from Miami results in their ball at the 22.
We're seeing some fantastic rugby early on, Dallin, aren't we? Good use of ball in hand, mixing it up with some kicks in behind. Slick stuff from the Miami backs, and then just as casual as you like, see some space in behind. Forces JD Oliver across. He had not a lot of options, not a lot of angle. Lucky to get it to the 22.
The Sharks with their crowd cheering in back play. Casares with a steady take. The driving maul with McNulty joining. 12 minutes gone, 0-0 in this week 9 clash in the Shark Tank. Down the short side, tackles need to be made from Houston. Elias playing 9, feeds as Miami drive upfield with their forwards. Ben Banasso, the captain, now receives us at a standing start. Albert tries to pinch the ball. It's still there for Banasso and the Sharks. The tight forwards doing the hard grind. Support in there from McNulty. Here comes Kubisha, runs into Marquise Goodwin, and makes a good tackle. That's a referee's hit and a half. Miami won't be happy with that, though.
Oh, Marquise. Still remembering his playing days. Just getting in the way. It'll come back for a scrum. You can't assume that Miami would have scored had he not been in that spot. Just a little too casual getting back. Never turn your back on the offense, Marquise.
Now that'll go into the referee review. They'll cut this clip up. Marquise tackling technique, John Hardaway. But in the end, it is the team that had possession gets an attacking scrum.
That's right, whether the ball hits the referee or the player with the ball. So still, prime attacking opportunity for Miami. They can't be too upset with this.
You can hear the stadium roar. In back play. A pick here from Foley, hands to the outside centre. Du Toit is on the line. He's there to try. That's magnificent from Miami. Giuseppe Du Toit, the vice captain, scores first for the Sharks.
And wonderful lead-up work from the Sharks as well. Started with some territory gain and then applying pressure to this Houston defence. Nearly scored in the first bite of the cherry. And they get a second one from a scrum. A bit more space, even though they kept it tight. Keener couldn't quite drag in the eventual try scorer, Du Toit. You see from a front on, determined, wasn't he, Dallin? Just driving low. Dragging defenders over the try line with him. And some big defenders too. You see Albert in there doing his best. The damage was done.
A superb strike from Giuseppe Du Toit, the captain, Canadian international. Saw him at the Rugby World Cup in Japan in 2019. His last match there was against the champion Springboks. Du Toit being from South Africa originally. Family lives in Maple Ridge, British Columbia, Canada. Important kick here for Shane O'Leary. One of his teammates for Canada. Beautiful strike. It is 7-0. An early lead here for the Sharks. Jose Pellicino will be delighted with that.
He doesn't mess around with those conversions, does he? Shane O'Leary, he put that one into the next suburb. Kicking so well tonight, he definitely brought his kicking boots. O'Leary.
He's so versatile too, playing fly off a few games before, just carving up, scoring a couple of tries against San Diego. He's a player that can do it all. He's added the spark that the Sharks lacked in recent weeks. Alatimu with the Houston SaberCats. Shout out to the SaberCats watching at the watch party at Platypus Brewing. They're sinking a few. I believe Frank the Tank is there as well, so good luck to everybody watching, but they concede possession to the Sharks. To Houston.
Miami will look to get this ball safely out, I'm sure. Playing a territory game. You don't want a team like Houston too close to your try line. Even they get the ball in hand. The backs, they look set up to maybe throw a strike play in there. We'd love to see it. So would the crowd. Some skillful players out there, Dallin.
Well, let's see what Nostradamus Tabino's got in store for us.
I think they're going to run.
Inciarte. Here's O'Leary. Take that, Stabino, as to the boot it goes. The fullback has been on fire, but so has Drew Wild with a counter-attack. He puts the kick up. Anybody's game here. It falls down to Tuifua. That scoops us up for the Houston SaberCats. So impressed with this number 8, the former Dallas Jackal. And here comes Michael Scott right now, the trained ballroom dancer, believe it or not. Emmanuel Albert takes it to the line with Maru Riedlinghuis. Alatimu, this is better stuff from the SaberCats. But just as I said that, they lose possession. Backwards though. There's McLean cleans up. Andre Warner wants to get them going on the front foot. Here's Momsen yet again. MLR forward of the year in 2021. Domakina bounces off one, still going, does the outside center. What a pairing he has made with Van der Schaaf. A response needed from the SaberCats. Alatimu to the right. A dummy from Van der Schaaf. Big contact at the 22. Man mounted Momsen yet again. 29-year-old from Paarl in South Africa. Wild, short ball, Tuifua, stopped in his tracks. But they work the phases really well to the men from Texas, with advantage as well from Marquise Goodwin. What does Warner do with this one? Peter Anayasu just had a blocker in front of him. So now the original penalty in midfield here.
Good patience from Houston. Ball in hand, and it's definitely the option they want to go for. They're so dangerous from close. We just need the kick from Alatimu to go as close to that corner post as possible, preferably on this side and not dead in goal.
Second season in MLR for the Miami Sharks. First visit here for the Houston SaberCats. Marquise Goodwin waves his finger, says no. Well,
at least he didn't get in the way. He's signaling a replacement. Den Hood coming on early. That'll be a boost. Hopefully we can get some information on. Looks like Momsen leaving the field. One captain replaces another.
That's right, Nathan Den Hood. Such an experienced leader. The Moose, 28 years old from Brisbane, Australia. Now it's time for the SaberCats to drive with their maul. Peter Anayasu, the hooker, gets his pass away. Oliver to Van der Schaaf at a standing start. A couple of bites at the ankles, and he's thrown to the deck. To the right, here comes Ezekiel Lindenmuth, capped with Samoa. Houston again used their forwards really well. Here's Michael Scott, the TikTok influencer. Still to the right. stay on their feet at the breakdown. Warner yet again, reloads. Tuefua carries strongly. Behind the back, Alatimu on a scaife. Juandi Oliver tries to bosh one out the way. All over this one, though, was Miami. Marcus Young. First a high shot, though.
Just piling on the pressure are Houston. Miami hanging on. This is what they do so well. They're so scrappy in defense. They scramble well. You wonder just how much they can sustain of this pressure from Houston with ball in hand. And once again, are playing very patient, mixing it up forwards, combining nicely with the backs.
20 minutes gone, 7-0 Miami lead. Line out, not straight. McNulty off the boot. What a kick from the hooker. In years to come, that'll be a 100-meter kick, he'll tell his grandkids. As Marquise Goodwin sends us to a hydration break. It is 7-0 after 20 minutes here in the Shark Tank. It's the home side, Miami, that lead Houston here in week 9. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Never seen it like this before. Whoa, make you wanna get that, get that. Got him coming back for more. Let's go. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma.
Enjoy peace of mind with a 10-year.
I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
What a stunning evening we have here in the Magic City of Miami as they lead 7-0. Will the Werewolves be out tonight? I don't know. But Houston find themselves up against it. And Jose Pellicina, he has some tactics he's employing, which we haven't seen a lot of, using some of his familiar faces on the bench.
He talked to us, Dallin, about not finishing the way he wanted to against New England. They were well and truly in the match in that first half. He's quite happy and proud of the way his boys played, and then things just kind of fell apart. So he's going to bring on some experience. He wants to play for the full 80 minutes and try something new, and why not? I love his innovation and the confidence also that he has in his players to take the field that wouldn't normally take it at the start of the match. So I just think it's a good tactic all around for the whole squad.
I love it as well. His wife Julia and 2 daughters, Maya and Sophia, are here watching as well. Houston.
Struggling to get into this game, Houston, aren't they? Been thwarted a couple of times with prime attacking position. The line-out drive is normally unstoppable.
We chatted to Puerto Human, of course, in the week as well, and he said, you know, he just was not happy with the inconsistency of their performances. They've had some great wins. They won 5 in a row at one point, dropped the game last week, and he just said that some of the set piece and some of the discipline, giving away silly penalties, and here we see this. In 2024, they went 14-2 in the regular season. They topped the entire league, and they were knocked out by the Dallas Jackals in an absolute upset of note. Here's Miami now. O'Leary's had a very good game. Here's Jojo Morrow, the 7s and 15s flyer for Canada. Gets the fend. Strong tackle to keep him down, and he loses possession there. Turnover for Houston. Fullback Drew Wild, 3rd season in MLR, kicks downfield. It sits very nicely for Drew Wild, because he's just waiting back here to see where it ends up. It's a big return, though. Miami doing well with the kicking game so far.
Just thinking about Jojo Morrow's first touch. A few extra players on the field than usual in 15. You'd normally get away with those tactics along the sideline, but it's very tough as a winger when you run out of space to come back into the safety of your support players.
Yeah, you're so right. He's on loan from the New England Free Jacks with some injuries to Zach Bastres and Lesagaray as well. 2 players going down. There's a break here from Emmanuel Albert. Albert in open space. Look at the big man go. Houston SaberCats, well into 22 through Emmanuel Albert. Alatimu, Tuifua, getting close to the line, reaching. He's there. Big Sam Tuifua scores, and what a breakout from Emmanuel Albert. The Houston SaberCats are back in business.
Yeah, some big individual efforts there that got Houston into that position. Emmanuel Albert shot out of a cannon through the middle of the field. I thought that Toy might have made a try-saving tackle. We'll have another look in a second, but look at that, just off the left, little shimmy, straight through. The athleticism of Albert. And now Miami struggling in numbers. Alatimu finds Tuifua. Not many people are going to stop him from there. Despite the best efforts of Miami, they were already on a roll, Houston, and they dearly needed that to get back in this match. Might be having a look, chat with the TMO.
Yeah, knock on from the line out, cancel your try.
Wow, okay. You're seeing this a lot in rugby these days. Going to go as far back as the original line out where the teammate takes the kick anyway. So right here. Oh.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair call, and not only that, to me that looks like offside.
Penalty.
So you see it ends up in the hands of a Houston player that was actually in front of the original player who fumbled it, travelled forward. As accidental as it is, it should be offside, but Miami will just be happy that they don't have 5/7 points against their names.
Wow, what a turnaround. A mistake at the line-out, the set piece which we spoke about, which Putuhuman wanted to correct for his side, has been called correctly. At minute 25, so Miami leads 7-0. A couple other notes there from Putuhuman as well. He said Justin Besson needs a big game, his 50th game. He said his side at times feel like they're waiting for something to happen as opposed to getting on with it. Well, we know what high standards they have. Years. Sharks, a good solid set piece. Now it's a big aerial bomb going up as chasers arrive through Jojo Mora. He's great in the air, is Mora. His aerial abilities in the game of 7s now transfer into 15s. Short ball there to Kubisha. He's full of running, his inside center, Tomas Kubisha, one of the Argentine greats in the side. Here's Tomas Beckerman, the 23-year-old former Dallas Jackals player. 50th games there for Ronan Foley, gets the pass away. Here's to Toy. The try scorer in the game so far. His parents watching in Canada. Elias Kubisha in a bit of space. Tomas fires it in. The shot tank erupts.
Silky skills on display once again from the Sharks. These backs are on fire tonight. Not a lot of space to work with either, Dallin. Come back to that ruck. Across the face, that was the error, perhaps from Akina shooting out like that, and it allowed Kubisha to stream through, and then he had plenty of pink jerseys outside him, but there was still some work to do. Lovely little deft passes. They had to draw the defenders. A 2-on-1, then another 2-on-1, and that set Marcos Young free. Sensational play from Miami. Give them a bit of space, and that's what they can do, and it wasn't a lot of space either.
O'Leary lines up his second conversion attempt, the 32-year-old from Canada. With some Irish heritage as well. His sister, Maeve, capped by the Irish women's rugby side. O'Leary capped here with the men's Canadian team. Looking for the extra 2 as we approach the half-an-hour mark in this game. Off the upright, goes back in. Shane O'Leary's kick successful, 14-0.
Squeaks it in. Let's have another look at that, Dallin, from a different angle. And this, you'll appreciate just there, the straight running from those inside backs to allow Marcus Young free on the outside. If they just crept across and maybe run sideways or at an angle, Dallin, they wouldn't have created that opportunity. So brilliant play.
Amazing work. Marcus Young from Houston scores against the SaberCats. A knock-on. A chance now for Houston to strike back as they trail by 2 converted tries. They had possession to work with, but just a few last errors creeping in. Dom Akina with a dummy. Akina takes them on himself, the Western Oregon University product, former Austin player and Oregon Sharks as well. Rolling on the ground. Back on the field, Johan Momsen yet again. The man mounted. Alatimu takes it to the line. Van der Scaife. Their hands here for Tuifura on the outside. Gets the pass beautifully, Drew Wild. Looking to cut loose. And Houston are on the board.
How about that reply from Houston? Just brilliant play. It started with the loss of the ball from Miami at the kickoff. That's when you are most vulnerable. After you score a try or points, that next restart, you're under pressure. And Houston were able to win that ball back from him. And then to this play. Alatimu behind the back. Van der Scaife. And Tuifura, the one-hander. He made it look so easy. Let me tell you, folks, that is not an easy pass to get away. Another look at that. One-handed while he was being tackled. And then Drew Wild. He may have 15 on his back, but he likes playing up front. Getting in the action, taking those last passes, always in support.
Important score for the SaberCats. Alatimu has pulled this one to the left. I've written down 7 in my score sheet. I now need to raise that, AJ.
I don't blame you.
14 points to 5. But Sam Tuifura with an unbelievable setup for Drew Wild to get his 8th try for the Houston SaberCats. They are finally on the board here at the 30-minute mark.
AJ is going to want to correct whatever happened with that goal kick, because I have a feeling every point will matter in this game.
You're so right, with a star-studded bench to come from the Miami Sharks. Some tricks up his sleeve from Jose Pellicina after his side. 2-5 so far this season. Oh, so close there from Jojo Mora. It stays here for Rufus McLean and the Houston SaberCats. The Sharks, just their wins coming from Nola Gold, 30-25, and then Anthem, 32-31. Penalty to the Sharks for a big shot there. So again, momentum stays with them.
And I have a question. How did Jojo Mora get there so fast on that kickoff to put the pressure on? Houston did well. But boy, oh boy, like a flash. He nearly got up there and plucked it out of the air. Now the resulting penalty hands Miami another opportunity to extend their lead. The way that O'Leary's kicking, you'd have to think that
O'Leary's had some beautiful kicks towards the touchlines from 50-22s, 2 conversions, and now lines up his first penalty attempt. On the left of your screen, it's the best hair I've ever seen in rugby. Tomas Casares matches his Shane O'Leary, former Toronto Arrows player. A few little steps and a Sharks in full control so far.
You mentioned it, Dallin, having a fine game so far. The fullback O'Leary, who is normally in the 10 jersey, I get the feeling he's relishing that extra time and space back there. He can really take his time with his kicks, as we've seen with some of those booming clearances.
Tommy Inciarte. Drew Wild, the lone try scorer for Houston, puts Ball in midfield, but here come the Sharks. Nice offload yet again, a bit of space to operate. Miami on attack. Young at a standing start. Oliver brings him down. Beckerman fires in their support. In midfield, it's a good point of contact here for Sean McNulty. 5 caps for the US Eagles. O'Leary, Kubisha, and the toy just knocks this one on. Miami looking dangerous.
They are, aren't they? Plenty of numbers out that side as well. Just couldn't quite keep it in hand. There's an easy take there. Not the best high ball from Houston. That ball just going a little bit behind from Beckerman. You saw Marcus Young had to stop, reset, and then McNulty over the gain line. Brilliant use of width with that pass. And then look at these numbers out there. Just quick hands. Just a little bit of mistiming from Giuseppe Dutoit. He stopped, he started again. And the pass was already on its way. Couldn't quite bring it in. Houston need to be careful, don't they?
Yeah, 6 minutes to go to the half. They trail 17-5. They've had some big games this season. Taken out the Seawolves, the Warriors, San Diego, RFC LA, and then lost to RFC in the return match last week. But here they come. Wide ball. Juan de Oliver with a big step. O'Leary brings him down. Missing Davey Kutzer, the flaff in midfield. Huge tackle on Redlinghaste. They push him backwards. Here's Emmanuel Albert. Rufus McLean. He's a live wire. Former American Raptors player in Super Rugby Americas. He was based in Glendale, Colorado for a couple of seasons. Now at home in Houston. To the ground, Michael Scott. Family watching at home in Scotland as well. Warner yet again, getting quick ball for Momsen, the skipper. Falling on the wrong side, there was Ronaldo Pusey with advantage for the Houston SaberCats. The men from Texas have a penalty. Warner taps and goes quickly. Can the SaberCats get their second try before the break? Puta Human will hope so. He said this Miami side, when they get the tails up, can be so dangerous. We can't afford to go to sleep. So Justin Besson in his 50th MLR game, he carries well. The man from Bulat Lampo, Drew Wild with a dummy, steps one, gets the pass on the inside. Sam Tuifua is so close.
Painfully close. Once again, it was the Wild Tuifua show. They've combined already for a try. This time, Wild last time, we've got the pass from Tuifua, and this time in reverse, nearly puts his number 8 over the try line. Oh, so close. Give Braemar Murray a hand for that try saver. Although, let's see. Will they actually award the try? I think we're going to have a look at... It would seem to me Marquise was right there to see whether the grounding was good. Perhaps there were some Miami players that got in underneath the ball as he tried to ground it with his momentum. We'll see in a moment.
Well, what a game he's having, Sam Tuifua, and he said, Drew, that combination, lethal. Tuifua mentioned his uncle last time. He's stitching us up on the bios where his uncle holds the record for the under 10 shot put. He got that when he was 45 years old. I don't know how he keeps going back to the
checking a possible double movement.
Yeah, Derek Summers there, double movement potential.
Dallin, for new rugby viewers, what is a double movement? Sometimes when a player is tackled with the ball, if the tackle is deemed complete, but then they lunge again at the line after the tackle is complete, that is illegal. Only your momentum can take you over the line. Or if it's one action, you reach out. If he reaches, he's not able to reach out with the ball because he's being tackled. It looks... Oof. I'm not going to say anything. I can't call
Okay,
it.
I can confirm double movement. Player was tackled, then made one move forward, then a second, and grounded the ball. Cancel your try.
Well, thankfully, we have Derek Summers.
Correct.
The television match official. You could see on the knees an extra movement there from Sam Tuifua. So Marquise Gooden will call that back. So 2 tries called back, and rightly so as well, against the Houston SaberCats.
Once again, Dallin, that scrambling defense from Miami. You have to give them some credit. Desperation stuff. And they breathe a sigh of relief because, once again, Houston knocking on that door. Tui Fua, he is hungry. I expect to see him on the score sheet.
And isn't this why you love Major League Rugby? Last week, the Sharks didn't score a single try. They were beaten 43 points to 6 by New England. They are back here, leading against the #1 team in the West, 17-5, with 4 minutes to go to the break.
Well, you talked about backlashes. But you want to see it as well. You want to see a team learn from the previous week, come back renewed, refreshed. And forgive a team for coming back with a lack of confidence, but not this Miami team. They knew they played well. They just fell apart at the wrong stage of the game.
Nice take there from the hairstylist himself, Tomas Casares, the 26-year-old, celebrated his birthday yesterday. 3 US caps to his name in his career so far. Inciarte finds Tomas Kubisha. Joined Miami last year, former Dallas Jackal player. The Sharks just need to be patient towards half-time. Houston will have bad ideas as Oliver looks to fling it in field to the danger man, Drew Wild. Manawatu Turbo's player in the NPC. He takes it upfield, tackled by Braymar Murray. And penalty goes to the Miami Sharks. Marquise Goodwin is going to check something.
Let's have a look at that penalty.
On the deck, Miami Sharks getting some attention.
So Drew Wild, dynamic. Oh yeah, Ayasu coming through like a missile. Inciante on the end of that one. So Miami. Oh,
doesn't go out. So Houston smashed this one towards the touch, and not out either. Chance to counter. O'Leary. Tomas Kubisha, what has he got up his sleeve? He goes straight into Tuifua. The Sharks would have loved a 5-meter line out, but instead they still have possession through Casares. Riddling ace with a tackle. Nice pass to McNulty. He's driven to the deck. Good tackle from Lindenmuth. There's Kubisha yet again with the toy. Gets past the first. And Martin Riddling brings him down. Young around the short side against Wild. Cuts back in superbly as Marcus Young. He's got hot feet, although leaves the ball behind, and then it has been knocked on eventually.
Game of hot potato out there. Some errors creeping in. That kick. Massive kick, and for Miami, and just couldn't quite clear it. That would have been Dangerville for Houston if it weren't for, I believe it was J.D. Oliver, was it Juan D. before Dallin that kept that in the field of play. Great skill and acrobatics. They're not out of jail yet, Houston.
He was worried about the inconsistency, potential, not taking this Shark side for real, and you can see they've certainly delivered. And they have turned up tonight. After losing 4 in a row, it's been a strong opening 40. Inciarte, flat ball, Kubisha bashes through one, still going strong. Tomas Kubisha gets Miami on the front foot. Here comes Ronan Foley. Young looping from the right-hand wing. Casares is there. It's a high pass. Ben Banassa, the captain, driven to the deck. The Sharks looking at options here. Here's Foley yet again, the 26-year-old. Casares picks and drives. Miami Sharks getting very close, within 5. McNulty. Albert in with a good tackle. Ronaldo Pusey, the Uruguayan international with 8 caps to his name. He picks. Here's Kubisha yet again. 3 players on him. O'Leary's wide. Here's the little loop here to Ben Banasso. 2 meters out. The Sharks. Casares flies in and hits the deck. Big shots, left, right, and center. Inciarte wants quick ball. There's space on the far side. Beautiful flick from Ilias. Jojo Mora flies in. His first try in Major League Rugby. It's a stunner. Sublime skills from the Sharks. They have their 3rd try in the first half.
Spectacular finish from Miami. The lead-up work was equally impressive. One-out play, patience, ball in hand. Some crunching tackles from Houston, trying to force the turnover. And just checking his options. Inciarte, that flick right there. Elias, an absolute pearler. What a nice moment for Jojo Mora in the corner. MLR try. Just what Miami wanted right before the break. It's giving Houston plenty to think about, and as you said, Pote Human, plenty to talk about.
Wow, what are we seeing here? Jojo Mora just getting some attention, a little bit of cramping there. Sevens World Series debut was back in 2016 in Cape Town. He was just 18 years of age. He went on to win the Singapore Sevens with Canada. Played 15s as well for his country. What a great option for Jose Palacina's side to have him on loan from New England. Here's Shane O'Leary, his most difficult kick of the night so far.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's through. Shane O'Leary strikes, and so does Miami. 24 points to 5 is your halftime score. And what a first half we have seen in the Shark Tank. Tremendous display from this home side with their backs against the wall. Here's a look at the try summary. Tatoya Young getting the first 2. They're wild responding for the SaberCats, and Jojo Mora adding a 3rd for Miami. That's halftime on the East Coast, with the Sharks leading here by 24 points to 5 in Week 9 of Major League Rugby. We're going to take a short break and we'll return with a halftime show from the Shark Tank in Florida. 24-5 the score.
Can you hear me, Kai?
Frozen in time? Don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber, awarded the fastest and most reliable fiber internet. Plus, enjoy a 5-year price lock and a $400 prepaid MasterCard on us. Get Optimum Fiber internet starting at $40 a month. Call or go online today.
Let me get you a cold one. Try one of these. That is the best buffalo wing in the county.
You eat buffalo?
No, it's just chicken. It was invented in Buffalo, the city.
So it's not buffalo.
You all right, man?
It's quite spicy.
Drink the beer.
The great rewards hunt is on at DraftKings Casino. Oh, only it's the easiest hunt ever.
Bonus casino spins.
I got them too. Play your favorite casino games to score daily and weekly rewards. Plus earn crowns as you play with Dynasty rewards. It's no wonder DraftKings Casino is the most rewarding place to play. Jackpot! New players play $5 and get 500 casino spins instantly on a featured game. Plus, all players get a bonus every week. The crown is yours.
I must really enjoy playing with toilets.
Weird. Let's explain how we got here. Clorox didn't experiment at measuring people's brain waves and found that petting puppies, for him it did.
That is crazy.
Whoa. And for these participants, clean felt better than getting a massage, playing video games, and getting their nails done. Rethink what makes you feel good.
Never seen it like this before. Whoa, make you wanna get that, get that. Got 'em coming back for more. Let's go. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow.
Enjoy peace of mind with a 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
The Empire cannot
win.
The revolution's coming alive.
This day has finally come. This is do or die.
I'm thinking like a soldier.
Think like a leader.
Andor Season 2, streaming April 22nd, only on Disney+.
Do you know what doesn't help you recover from joint replacement surgery? Sitting in heavy traffic in the Holland or Lincoln Tunnel. World-class surgeons and comprehensive care. Do it right. Here. RWJ Barnabas Health.
We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Let's just get one of everything.
Fire everything! Yes, chef! 3% cash back on chicken! Yes, chef!
3% cash back on desserts.
Sorry, chef.
What's in your wallet?
Welcome back to Miami at halftime here between the Sharks and the Houston SaberCats. And speaking of the SaberCats, well, they've done a brilliant job of developing the next level of players. Their academy program with under 16 and 18 boys is taken off.
Yeah, and this is what's great for USA Rugby as well. Love seeing these pathways. If USA Rugby is going to thrive, we need these pathways in place.
Well, here, take a look at the segment. Mike Brown with the Houston SaberCats.
My name is Mike Brown. I'm an assistant coach for the Houston SaberCats, and also I am the academy director. Yeah, our academy compiles of different youth teams. We have our under 16 boys, we have our under 18 boys, and it's all building up to, for players trying to reach higher honors, trying to push their rugby acumen, and really just trying to push themselves to the highest level. Eventually, one day, trying to be a SaberCat. I think, rugby sometimes can be, in like a lot of sports, tribalism. You play for one team, you think, okay, I played this guy a lot of times in our city or community or state. I really don't like this player. And then all of a sudden you come on one team, you're like, oh, I really have a lot of commonality with this guy. There's a lot of life lessons about hard work and integrity, and rugby's a lot similar to life. Getting back up, having to push yourself, going up against bigger and, better players possibly, and that's the only way at this stage you could develop about playing the best if you want to get up to the highest level. But within the Houston area, no one's doing it besides us. We want to funnel the best players into the professional organization. All the clubs realize the value in having that, and to be aligned with a professional team and brand, just like other sports would be able to do that. So, it's a huge partnership that way, and it really helps the players as they want to progress in the rugby journey. We have tryouts twice a year to be able to be involved, and we want to leave it open, and we want the best team to be able to represent Houston. So we want, make sure there's any kid that has opportunity, whether it's girls or boys, there's always opportunity to be seen. So I want to maximize potential every single day for these kids, and I want to push them to higher honors and be able to, really try to use the game to their leverage to be able to either travel the world or meet different people. And the game of rugby teaches a lot about life. So enjoying where you're at, enjoying every single time, being present and be able to be 100%, whether it's at practice, whether it's at fitness, putting in that extra work. Don't worry about the end goal. If you worry about the process, then the end goal will get there.
Know what's even more genius than me, Richard? Having NerdWallet find a personal loan with the lowest rate for you. Just answer a few simple questions and bam!
Wow, you are smart.
Yeah, of course, Richard. I've mastered the English language.
Just back is sore. Let's go! Ice. Hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot, just so back.
Frozen in time? Don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber, awarded the fastest and most reliable fiber internet. Plus, enjoy a 5-year price lock and a $400 prepaid MasterCard on us. Get Optimum Fiber internet starting at $40 a month. Call or go online today.
What's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the $5.
The great rewards hunt is on at DraftKings Casino. Only it's the easiest hunt ever.
Bonus casino spins.
I got them too. Play your favorite casino games to score daily and weekly rewards. Plus earn crowns as you play with Dynasty rewards. It's no wonder DraftKings Casino is the most rewarding place to play. Jackpot! New players play $5 and get 500 casino spins on a featured game. Plus a first day replay up to 1,000 in casino credits. The crown is yours.
I must really enjoy playing with toilets.
Weird. Let's explain how we got here. Clorox did an experiment measuring people's brain waves and found that petting puppies feels pretty good.
Oh my goodness, hello?
Not surprising, but you know what feels even better? Cleaning a toilet.
Really?
For him, it did.
That is crazy.
Whoa. And for these participants, clean felt better than getting a massage, playing video games, and getting their nails done. Rethink what makes you feel good.
Never seen it like this before. Whoa, make you wanna get that, get that. Got 'em coming back for more. Let's go. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma. Bring the wow.
Enjoy peace of mind with a 10-year or 100.
At Quincy, Mass, but the visitors, San Diego, drew first blood through Hugh Roach at the 6th minute, 7 points to 0. And then promptly Harrison Boyle fights back, 7 points apiece. He would have a great game, including this, his 7. With that effort, the game was all but lost. And despite a try to San Diego, this would put the nail in the coffin. A second try to Jack Reeves, 39 points to 12. A big statement from the defending champions.
All right, let's take a look at the round the league scores brought to you by SaberCats. Big result there for New England, 39-12. They win, repeat of the Shield final in 2024. A current 10-point lead for NOLA against Old Glory DC, 34-24. Our game is 24 points to 5. Tonight, RFC Los Angeles host the Utah Warriors. Will be an epic encounter at 10 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Chicago battle Anthem. There'll be brilliant fixtures to come. Let's take a look at our standings brought to you by SaberCats. 2 conferences between the sides. On the west, you can see the SaberCats up there, very close. San Diego, RFC Los Angeles top 3. Chicago, New England, very tight. All to play for those. You can see the top 8 will go to the playoffs. Short break coming up. We'll be back with second half up next between Miami and Houston.
Let me get you a cold one. Try one of these. That is the best buffalo wing in the county.
You eat buffalo?
No, it's just chicken. It was invented in Buffalo, the city.
So it's not buffalo.
You all right, man?
It's quite spicy.
Drink the beer.
Frozen in time? Don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber, awarded the fastest and most reliable fiber internet. Plus, enjoy a 5-year price lock and a $400 prepaid MasterCard on us. Get Optimum Fiber internet starting at $40 a month. Call or go online today.
Choose 1 appetizer and 2 entrees. Applebee's famous 2 for $25 with new sizzling skillets and steak.
The great rewards hunt is on at DraftKings Casino. Only it's the easiest hunt ever.
Bonus casino spins.
I got them too. Play your favorite casino games to score daily and weekly rewards. Plus earn crowns as you play with Dynasty rewards. It's no wonder DraftKings Casino is the most rewarding place to play.
Jackpot!
New players play $5 and get 500 casino spins on a featured game, plus a first-day replay up to 1,000 in casino credits. The crown is yours.
I must really enjoy playing with toilets.
Weird. Let's explain how we got here. Clorox did an experiment measuring people's brain waves and found that petting puppies feels pretty good.
Oh my goodness, hello?
Not surprising, but you know what feels even better? Cleaning a toilet.
Really?
For him, it did.
That is crazy.
Whoa. And for these participants, clean felt better than getting a massage, playing video games, and getting their nails done. Rethink what makes you feel good.
Never seen it like this before. Whoa, make you wanna get that, get that. Got 'em coming back for more. Let's go. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow.
Enjoy peace of mind with a 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
Being close to home for joint replacement surgery and follow-up care is good for you, and even better for the people taking you back and forth. Spend less time traveling and more time healing. Do it right. Here, RWJ Barnabas Health.
Tonight's presentation on Major Rugby is brought to you by Globant, the official digital transformation partner of MLR. When technology meets passion, the unthinkable happens. And Game Day Essentials, Everyday Savings, VitaCost, official online health retailer of MLR. Shop now at vitacost.com. All right, let's take a look at a halftime stats brought to you by Globant.
Dallin, what's interesting about these stats is Houston seems to be winning every category except on the scorecard. Miami just holding on. It just shows that they're really making the most of possession when they have it. And they're stopping Houston, even though they've had more possession, more territory in defense, especially the scrambling defense. Miami have been outstanding tonight.
3 tries to 1, a big second half needed from the Houston SaberCats and put a human side. You're watching Season 8 of Major League Rugby. Houston, one of the original teams, started playing in 2018. Miami just in their second season, looking to cause a huge upset. I'm Dallin Stanford, joining commentary by avid golfer Happy Gilmore, also known as Mark Stabina. Second half, 40 minutes. What a game we've seen so far.
I thought you were going to mention my hole-in-one the other day, which was the 3rd of my career.
At putt-putt?
Pitch and putt. It's different.
So, what do the coaches say at halftime?
I tell you what, Potter Human, I think he would have just looked at the stats and said, we've had the possession, we've had the territory, we've just got to finish off our opportunities, boys.
Ain't that some shit?
And just stay patient.
Ooh,
you know, I think
can you hear me?
And Miami, well, Jose Pelicena, he'll be very happy with that first half display. He was hoping that they could get out to a good performance early and then just unleash his bench in the second half. So Houston,
yes,
they've got a tough ask now against this confident Miami side.
And I see a couple of replacements already on the field. Tau Kolomatangi wearing 18 and Federico Gutierrez wearing 19. You see in picture, though, Martin Elias, who was superb. We're going to take a look at the first half highlights. We saw 4 excellent tries. Started off here from Miami.
Yeah, it was Giuseppe Dutoy. Lovely little movement from the backs, but he drove hard, he pumped the legs, and at the 15th minute, they were 7-0 up. And then at the backs again, Marcos Young in the corner after some clever little passes. Brings it all the way around as well to improve. And the conversion was successful, 14 points to 0. Houston then fight back through Tui Thua on the inside to Drew Wild. Both of them have had a great game so far. 17 points to 5 in favor of Miami. At this stage, we thought Houston were fighting back, but Miami held on. The clever click pass from Elias and Jojo Mora in the corner, 24-5. What a game. Do not write off Houston, folks.
Marquise Goodwin is ready with a whistle in hand. And you're watching Major Rugby Week 9 action continues from the Baptist Health Community Field. Miami on the right of your screen, lead 24 points to 5 in white. It's the SaberCats that leave this one behind early on, so a chance to attack straight away for the Sharks. Ronan Foley played in the league since 2021 for the Arrows, the Seals, and the Dallas Jackals. Now his 50th appearance tonight. Elias, who had a beautiful handoff for that last try in the first half, as his fullback Shane O'Leary. He's been on fire as well. Here's Kolomatangi, the big frame. Man from Auckland, New Zealand, capped with Tonga, the Tongan tank. Here's Kirby Myhill as well as on the field. He's wearing 16, so lots of changes so far for the Sharks. Ben Bonasso carries well. Former New York player in Major League Rugby, the captain of the side. Here's Markete Muti, former football star. Kick through from Elias for the cross kick. Flag goes up though, so just putting a foot on the line.
It looked like a good option there. It was the right idea, but Elias just overcooking it a tad. Didn't have a lot of room. You see,
Jokai needs tape popping up.
But too close to the sideline, and Marcus Young unaware that he stepped out. Let's see what the stoppage is for this time. Houston need to be clinical here. For a decent exit out of their territory.
Marcus Goodwin wants that space cleared, but it's a beautiful knockdown from Miami getting a hand involved. There was Bonasso man from Connecticut. His father was a rugby coach. That's how he got into the game. The Sharks. We're going to keep the pressure down here in the Houston half. Oh, it's a good take. Juan D. Oliver does well. The man from Bloemfontein. Turns 23 next week, but again, it's another error that leads to more possession for the home side.
Well, this is definitely not what Pote Human would have talked about. Making these little errors, especially this end of the field. Miami on fire at the moment. To hand them possession like this with this territory, well, that's a recipe for disaster for the SaberCats. Especially the way the backs are playing. You'd have to think they've got something cooking now, Dallin. A nice little slick starter play of some sort.
Let's see what the Sleek Sensations have at their sleeve.
Or will they sneak down the short side with the number 8?
Big shove at scrum time. Kubisha attacks, throws it behind the back. O'Leary gets man and ball in Drew Wild, who stops that movement.
About to say there was a Houston defender in there that just spot tackled, stopped that play dead. We'll get a better look here. Little back out the back door pass. Yeah, it was Drew Wild. You mentioned Drew flying in. He came in so quick, couldn't see who it was. You got better eyes than me, Dallin. Maybe you saw the shock of blonde hair.
No, I'm just 10 years younger.
10? Oh, excuse me.
A bit of fun here with their co-commentating partner, my friend. Jojo Morrow was eager to get possession there. It's such a lovely try. Closed up that first half. Big distance to cover here for the Houston SaberCats. 8 of their players in the USA Extended Eagles squad in Nasagenge, McLean, Albert, Lindenmuth, Shoemaker, Davis, Riedling, Hayes, and Akina. But free kick for Miami. And again, it continues here for the Sharks, riding a wave of possession.
It's not a full-arm penalty. I think it was for an early shove. So, as you can see, opting for the tap.
Mahil attacks the line. This time, penalty goes the other way. Holding on.
Oh, nice response from Houston. Let's see, with the slap on the back from his teammates, Emmanuel Albert was the one, and he is having a great game as well, Albert. Defending his heart out, he's made some breaks. Always a menace with ball in hand. And now on that occasion, winning the penalty for Houston. Just when they needed it too. They've had some troubles at line-out time though. Benasso got up before and snatched Houston's ball out of the air, slapped it down, and you can bet that he's going to try that again.
Miami receive a boost. Tomas Kubeli, the 94 capped player for the Los Pumas, takes his place at the front of the line out there to scrum off for Miami Sharks. Keith Goodwin not quite ready yet at line-out time. Keith Goodwin was on one of my online broadcasting academy courses early this week with some of the younger future broadcasting students. Great to have his expertise there with the signals, telling the youngsters what it means when I put my arm up without even listening to me, which we don't have audio here, so wish I took that class.
What did that one mean? That one?
Not straight.
Full-arm penalty. So the line-out woes continue for Houston. Scrum feed now, and look who's on already. Number 21, Thomas Kubeli, normally captain of the Sharks.
New tactics from Jose Pellicina, the head coach. Now Kubeli to close out this game. Epix goes down the blind side. Here's Jojo Mora getting the fan. Mora, ball on the inside, and just to the boot it goes from Beckerman. Trying to put on his Miami FC skills.
Such a shame as well. Mora And there's Kubeli. That's what he does. Quick play down this side. Defend, but Warner does enough to not allow Morrow to get a clean offload away. Brilliantly defended, Andre Warner. Have to say, a try-saver. Got a hand to the Mushki for his trouble as well.
What does that mean for the new rugby fans? A hand to the face.
Put it this way. You'll get a hand to the Mushki soon, Dallin, if you keep that up.
Mark Stavina, you good thing. I'm going to unplug your comms here so nobody can hear you again. Here comes the face fend.
There it is. Mushki. Wushka.
Classic. Miami back on attack. Here's Kirby Mahill. Full changes here from the Sharks up front. Nice set-piece trickery. Mahill has it at the back, the Welsh international. He ducks down. Kubeli. Jojo Morrow at ruck time as well. It's been picked up on the other side from Peter Anayasu for Houston. Tufu wants possession, goes all the way back to Alatimu under pressure. His kick finds the touchline.
Thought they might have won a little bit more territory than that, but flag goes up on the 40-metre line. It's not a bad clearance. Still camped in their own half. Houston will be keen to get out of there and try and make some inroads on this scoreboard, Dallin.
Yeah, we mentioned the player missing for Houston, Davey Kutsa, missing for the Sharks, while that liner is not straight. Is Santiago Viedela, their top point scorer, and Manu Ordao, who has been their player of the season so far. They watch on, but their side still leads 24 points to 5.
Well, this time, Miami not straight. Houston gets the feed and breathe a sigh of relief. See what they can do now. They're not in their own 22, so they have a bit of space. Maybe an opportunity to run. Or try and find a space in behind and bump it down as far as they can into Miami territory.
Houston side, they won 5 on the trot, 2 losses by 3 points and 2 points. Drew Wild decides to whip it wide. That's a nice ball to Juan D. Oliver. Beautiful pass to Domakina. Keeps it alive, but was the obstruction. There was accidental obstruction. That's unfortunate for Houston. Just set a play out wide.
I was wondering too whether Marquise would pick that one up. It was very subtle, but it did prevent one of the defenders from making the tackle. Just running out of space as well in attack. Houston. Confident play, spinning it wide. It was well covered by the Miami backs. Another look from a different angle. A missed pass to Wild. Look at that beautiful spiraling flat pass, and Morrow. Textbook tackle. Ball goes in. Makina cleans up, but it was a penalty. So here we go, Miami. What can they do?
Shorten line out. All sorts of moves. And it goes to the top to Casares. Now behind the back, O'Leary, big tackle on him. A little bit of space to work with, though, for the Miami Sharks. Kubeli goes the same way. Mile yet again, with Morrow on his shoulders. The men from Florida. With the big Tongan tank, Kaloa Matangi. Oh, what a carry from the big frame. The replacement with fresh legs. Kabisha comes flying in as well. Kubeli now. Elias. O'Leary leaves it behind. Inciarte looking to clean things up. Still on the field. Here's Tomas Kubisha as well. Always carries hard, does the inside center. Beckerman's down. Here's Foley. And again, the wave continues. Casares, who started with that line-out take, feeds Kubeli. That's good crisp ball. O'Leary stabs it through. Chasers are there. The ball, kicked ahead. Just goes out.
Oh. O'Leary again. It's like he's got the ball on a string. Shaped up, he thought about it, he had a little bit of time. Pass, kick, pass. No, let's kick. And that was beautifully executed. Almost held up. Oh, Milanos. I've seen him score plenty of tries in his MLR career.
Momsen with a good take. Flat ball to set up a contact point here for Sam Tuifua, former Dallas Jackal. They knocked out the SaberCats last year. Now he's with the lone Texas franchise. Here's O'Leary yet again. The Canadian international thought about a kick. Milanos is there with a quick ball to attack with Mora on the outside. Beautiful pass. Inciarte chips over the top. Thomas Inciarte chases. The bounce is perfect.
Oh, he's over.
It's over. Try for Miami. It's absolute wizardry in the Magic City.
And this is what the crowd has come to see. The skills on display, exceptional. The lead up once again. Counter-attack, O'Leary, he is relishing his position back there at fullback, picking all the right options through the hands. Mora, check out this pass, back inside, miracle ball. All and then clear. The quick reaction from Inciarte, the one-handed scoop. Van der Schijf did well to get there in defense. It was a foot race at this stage, but the kindest of bounces. Ah, that is a highlight and a half.
Tommy Inciarte out of the Old Christians Rugby Club. The Uruguayan international has brought the crowd to its feet. The bonus point try as well in this game. They lead 29 points to 5. What a way to do it as well. Sean O'Leary, who started the counter-attack, instead of kicking, decided to run it. And it has ended up being one of the tries of the season for the Miami Sharks. O'Leary with a beautiful kick. 31 points to 5. 54 minutes gone.
Dallin, if there was a black dot on the crossbar in the middle, the ball would have gone straight over it, my friend. Clean strike. Having a night. 5 from 5, 100%, Sean O'Leary.
Well, black dot or not, he went through the middle of the uprights. What a kicker.
Over the black dot, over the imaginary black dot.
What a game we're seeing so far. Can the Houston SaberCats come back? Jose Pellicina take a bow so far, but we know there's a long way to go. Last week he was happy with their first 50 to 60 minutes. They dropped off for the last 20 to 25. Now, super subs coming off the bench looking to make the difference so far. Kirby Myhill again to the line. Penalty goes to the Sharks. This is their chance now to come alive for Houston. At that watch party at the Platypus Brewing Company in H-Town, they'll be wanting a second, a third, and a fourth try.
Yeah, it seems like a blowout at this stage, but plenty of time left. And Houston are a class outfit. Maybe it's just taking them a little time to get over the jet lag. 1 hour time difference.
Shredded. Wilton Rabolo. 40 caps for Brazil. His experience needed here for a comeback for Houston. Kenny Nasagenge as well, urging his side towards the line. This is better stuff from the Houston SaberCats. It's what you come to expect. The Cats claw one back, and it's Wilton Rabolo that gets his first try in Houston SaberCats colours.
Oh, they do it so well, don't they? Almost made it their signature play. They get the good throw, and the platform set.
All clear.
Good luck to any team trying to defend the steamrolling SaberCats from a line-out drive. Just check out the execution and the tightness. Makes it very hard for any defending team. It's like they were one unit driving forward.
Alatimu needs this kick. He's just pulled it wide again. 2 tries on the board, though, for Houston. 31-10 their trail. And the try scorer, Wilton Rabolo, began his MLR career with the Austin Gilgronis, then part of the New York Ironworkers Shield title. Saw time at RFC LA, and now at home here in H-Town.
the sense that Houston are going to score again and again if they keep that up. So the team who's going to need to sort out his kicking woes, because they could have used that extra 4 points, Dallin.
They certainly could have. Miami restart. Initially, it was a good take from Momsen, but then dropped it. Did Johan Momsen, former varsity cup player with Stellenbosch University out of Paul Gym.
Excellent, excellent.
We see it so often.
So much better with these.
I know I mentioned them like a broken record, but teams are vulnerable. Thank you, Dallin. The only way it'll sink it in for you. But when you score a try, the opposition comes back twice as hard with the kickoff. You've got to have your wits about you. You've got to focus. Well, this can easily happen, just handing possession back through an error.
You are so right, indeed. We saw Kenny Nasaganga wearing 21, Nathan Denhout wearing 19 for the Houston SaberCats. So Putu Human as well going to his bench. He barely feeds. Penalty in from the side. Houston SaberCats pinged.
Just building on that mistake with a penalty now, Miami. Houston almost undoing that effort at the other end for 5 points. Finding themselves now back on their heels. Crowd getting behind the Sharks outfit. And O'Leary has opted for the sideline. Let's see how close he gets to that 5-meter line. The way he's kicking. Say pretty close. Dallin, what do you think about that? 10 meters out now for the Sharks. Danger territory.
Makes such a difference having a great kicker on your team, not just for points, for territory, and of course for these penalties as well. The crowd absolutely loving it here in the Shark Tank, the Baptist Health Community Field. Myhill to throw. Not straight applause there from the Houston SaberCats. And here's an error from both these sides that of course they'll be working on as MLR continues. We're at the halfway point. So these little errors costing teams big time.
They were applauding, I think. They were applauding out of relief. Miami, another missed opportunity. Not out of the woods yet, Houston. Still under pressure. See how they exit their red zone. Got to get the scrum perfect.
Lerome White gave away the penalty last time. The replacement, Val Lilo, known as The Rock, who calls himself The Rock. Turned 30 on April 6. Former Seattle Saracens and Sacramento Express player. So full front row change, full penalty as well. Collapsing from Miami Sharks. We'll get some relief here for AJ Alatimo on his side.
Marquise, some very clear arm signals. Doing a great job. Alatimo with the clearance. Edging up toward that halfway. It's what you want to see. We want to see more of AJ also. Class player.
Time for a hydration break. 31 points to 10. Miami lead Houston here in week 9. Short break coming up. 20 minutes to go in this game. Stay with us.
Frozen in time? Don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber, awarded the fastest and most reliable fiber internet. Plus, enjoy a 5-year price lock and a $400 prepaid MasterCard on us. Get Optimum Fiber internet starting at $40 a month. Call or go online today.
Hidden Valley Ranch is made with real ingredients for real ranch flavor that's impossible to put into words. But that's pretty close. Indescribably delicious Hidden Valley Ranch.
Never seen it like this before. Whoa, make you wanna get that, get that. Got 'em coming back for more. Let's go. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow.
Enjoy peace of mind with a 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
Miami lead 31 points to 10 against Houston. And Chase Stadium where the Inter Miami FC play. Just a few meters away where rugby is played with Major League Rugby. How great is that? These players have gone to training sessions. The coach has said they've mingled with the players. They've mingled with some of the best in the world, including Lionel Messi. 20 minutes to go in this game. Vitally important. We mentioned points on offer as well. RFC LA have a chance later today. They play the Utah Warriors. If they get maximum points, they could go up to #1 if Houston don't get any points.
It's really opened up in the Western Conference, hasn't it? Some surprise losses, especially from the top teams of the West, Houston and San Diego. Today sliding to 3 losses in a row. Utah as well, very much in the mix and playing fantastic rugby. That will be a clash and a half tonight.
SaberCats, what do they have coming up next? They've got a couple of home games. April 19th against Nola Gold. April 26th against Old Glory DC. The Sharks away to Old Glory DC next week. And then they've got Anthem at home as well. So much to play for here at the midpoint in Season 8 of Major League Rugby. We are ready to go. Marquise Goodwin, the school teacher from Santa Monica, gets us started here. Through the leg goes Rabolo. He's lost that one. Miami will be loving that.
Won't they just? Back and forth. Neither team able to get the momentum at the moment. Pretty stop-start early in this second half. Coming to the final quarter. Running out of time now, Houston. Hold on to that possession. Get back in the try zone if there's any chance of even coming away with points tonight. Miami holding them at bay nicely at the moment.
That's right, they've got bonus points for losing within 7. Their 2 losses have the Houston side. To feed here is Tomas Kubeli, his sister Mila Kubeli, the CEO of Miami Sharks, doing a wonderful job here, bringing in the crowd to the stadium. Still there with the home side. The experience of the Los Pumas legend. Kaloma Tangi, Valilo, and Larome White bring him to the ground. Slower possession to play with for Kubeli. Tommy Milanos is there, catches this one superbly, but again he's in the area where he should have left. A quick tap here from Warner, so offside play from the Sharks. Alatimu strings it down the line.
Get that number.
Nice, beautiful step. Here comes Max Schumacher. The replacement wearing 22. Albert's a defined game as Emmanuel Albert. Rudy Scott's winner for best collegiate player in the country. Here's Van der Skyf. Picking up where he left in the first half. Lourdes Van der Skyf. Such a brilliant attacker. SaberCats need all the firepower they can get here, and they need to maintain possession. Andre Warner hasn't had a lot to work with, particularly in the last 20 or 30 minutes or so. Sam Tuifua driving in there, wants to get this one out quickly. Lilo, the Rock. He's brought down in the 22. 2 tries so far for the SaberCats. Den Hout is there. One of the skippers of the side, one of the leaders. Dummy here from Major Alatimu. The line came flying up. Rabolo, massive hit. The Brazilian international hits the deck. Larome White cleans up. Here's Drew Wild. But all very flat on attack from the Houston SaberCats. The hits keep coming from Miami. Can they break through here? Schumacher with the beautiful hands over the top. Alatimu's there. Fancy footwork. Oliver. Juan D. Oliver does well. The scrum off who plays on the wing. Counter ruck though. Kubeli's in there. Miami come flying in. What a pinch from the Sharks. Just when Houston were looking to perhaps get their 3rd try. The hit comes in on Banasso driven backwards. Tomas Kubeli needs a better clearance kick this time. And that's beautiful from the replacement scrum off.
Not too bad, and now they can take a breath. Miami, this is what they do so well, Dallin. They just scramble, they absorb all this pressure from the attacking team, And then when it's time to strike, they just get in and pinch the ball. One of the best scrambling defensive teams in the league, if not the best. We saw it from the statistics at halftime. Houston, most of the territory, most of the possession, most of the carries, meters made, all in favor of Houston. Yet look where Miami are. This is good work from Schumacher getting through. Just a little backwards to Alatimu, and then he passed on the same to Juan D.
Here's Lilo hitting the deck. You saw Jojo Morrow earlier just getting a cramp in his legs. He's only used to playing 7 to 14 minutes of rugby at a time in the Sevens World Series. Here's Warner yet again. Big framer Larome White. Aja Alatimu now playing one channel wider. Just struggled to get any real go-forward ball. Another big shot. Lilo hits the deck. His father played rugby union and league in New Zealand. Drew Wild behind the back. Schumacher wrestles to the ground. He's had a bit of spark since coming off the bench. In midfield, here's Momsen yet again, former Western Province player of the year in 2019. The ball hoofed away. The arm goes up towards the SaberCats.
Houston again needed that, but they also need to capitalize on this possession. Miami doing a fine job just ticking down this clock without allowing Houston to capitalize. Alatimu punches it to the sideline. It's a fine kick too. That's about 7 meters from the try line. That is close enough for this rolling maul. If Houston can get the clean throw, you might see a similar try to what we saw before, Dallin.
You know it's coming. Wilton Rabolo to load. And to gather at the back. He's there. Ball in the hands of Tuifua. Now with Rabolo, the Brazilian. The Houston SaberCats. The pot is peeled away. Rabolo's by himself. Foley tries to get involved, tries to pull an Axel Foley. It's there for Tuifua. SaberCats peeling around the same way. Den Hout comes in. Kubeli has got his body in the way, but it stays here with Tuifua again. And Houston. Momsen goes over the top, beautiful pass. They must score here, sliding in the corner. Rufus McLean has a very important score for the SaberCats.
Didn't they need that, Houston? Time running out.
Chase, tell number 7 he was
from the driving maul. Well defended by the Sharks. And it looked as though they were going to keep out Houston again. There we see the patience. Warner is finding his runners, flat-footed there, and did extremely well, Momsen, the captain. Turned, saw his winger unmarked.
Perfect.
Still needed to make the pass. It wasn't an easy one. Now Alatimu needs this 2 points.
Will he peel this one in? No, just shaves the right hand upright. 31-15. And that buffer, still 16 points.
I know what his problem is.
Tell me.
There's no black dot to aim for. On the crossbar. Miami have done that on purpose. That was a tough kick. It's always going to be difficult to convert, but at least 3 tries. At the very least, if they get another one, they got that try bonus point, Dallin. They do not want to leave Miami with nothing. And they have time to at least get that bonus point. Can they get within 7 as well? Perhaps even win the game. Stranger things have happened.
That's right, 12 minutes to go. We will never forget the opening game for Miami. They had it locked and loaded with a 29-point lead. And then gave it away to Old Glory DC in a ridiculous finish. Are we in for one of those? Laurent White carries here for the SaberCats. Okay, it's good when you can hear him talking to the microphone. Vice President of the Southern California Referee Society. Kick upfield. Could give possession to Miami and have done just that. Tommy Milanos is there. Kubeli. Casares lays it back. Big tackle comes in on Frederica Gutierrez. Penalty, Houston.
Another illegal contest, the breakdown. Just what Houston needed. You see them just picking up the pace, not wasting any time. Alatimu getting into the red zone, only just, but that's where they want to be. Having a look at Alatimu chatting with his teammate and centre Van der Scave. Hasn't he been outstanding tonight?
He's so good. 14 tries to his name, the man from Middelburg, South Africa. It's a try-scoring machine. SaberCats aside that are 5-2. We said they lead the West. Casares will leave the field. He'll get a bit more spray on his hairdo there to keep it fresh for next week. Oh, he looks good. Plays hard. There's the Eagle. One of 3 players in the extended USA squad with Ben Banasso and Sean McNulty from Miami. Houston, I said, with 8. Ball bouncing here for the SaberCats. No, it's been picked by Beckerman, and then he has lost it.
Puts his body on the line. Beckerman couldn't quite bring that one in cleanly. A lot of traffic. So, Houston once again with an attacking opportunity. Just a little overthrow. Bounce straight down the middle. Beckerman and Tuifua met in the air. Another man that's been outstanding for Houston. Emmanuel Albert. What a force.
Yeah, Albert was so great. First MLR draftee to 50 MLR appearances, all with the SaberCats. MLR Week 6, first 15 selection as well. Big moment for Zimbabwe. Tinashe Muchina takes the field here for Houston. He's wearing 20. Played Zimbabwe under 20 as well. Warner wants to get this one out, but they'll reset.
Yeah, just what Miami want. Time ticking away. Houston do not want any time wasted on these scrum restarts.
Appreciate that.
Puerto Human head coach, assisted by Vic Mayer. Ryan Nell does the defense, Mayer with the attack, and Mike Brown with the forwards. They watch on here as the SaberCats look to come from behind. Alatimu turns it back. Beautiful pass over the top. McLean gets rid of one. Strong tackle from Kabisha. Warner's been haggled at the breakdown. Chase Shaw Haskin comes flying in. He's probably given away a penalty for attacking the 9.
Oh, Shaw Haskin making his presence felt. Let's have a look. Doing well, McLean yet again. Tackle. And it was touch and go, but can't interfere with the 9. He's got his hands on it.
Pinched at line-out time. Vital steal, because that maul was coming, and it will still get another opportunity, will Houston.
Yeah, if they can score this, Dallin, Houston will get their bonus point try. But the way Miami defending, don't be surprised if they hold them out. This is a key moment. Yes, they're in front, but Miami, if they can hold them out, big confidence booster.
All right, here comes the Houston SaberCat. Famous maul. Wilton Rabolo, the hooker has it at the back, and then the ball is lost and peeled away. Myhill comes away. Oh no, we're going to go to the pocket. The Houston SaberCats will play with an extra player, and Miami have one to the bin.
Wow, that escalated. Beckerman is it leaving the field? This is what we're talking about, and Jose Pellicena doesn't want to see his team do this late in the game, just capitulate like this. Yes, they have a comfortable lead, but it can easily turn around, and when you're playing the best team in the Western Conference.
And cards and discipline is something that both coaches have mentioned. Houston given away 6, and now 10 cards given away in total this season so far. from Miami. Houston with possession. On the hunt for the bonus point try at least. Can they score close to the uprights to make the kick a lot easier? Here's Van der Skyf. Lowritz hits the deck. Houston continue with Sam Tuifua, the hard-running number 8. Warner again recycles. The Rock with possession. Gets within 3 meters. The runners keep coming. Muchina, the Zimbabwean, played in the Rugby 10s Championship with the Serengeti Elephants in Southern California. There's Momsen that set up that last try. He's driven back. The hits keep coming. Lerone White with a good, powerful drive. The man from Kentucky. Tuifua keeps possession safe and alive. Johan Momsen loops around yet again, does the captain. Then picked and getting very close. Miami have pinched this around. Wow, what another steal. There's Elias, hits it towards the line. The applause from the crowd. They know how hard that was to defend.
They've done it again, Miami. Tackle, 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 tackle. On your line. Tackle again, then pinch. Incredible stuff from the defensive team. Let's not forget the tackles they're putting in as well on their try line. It's almost as if they're comfortable being on their own line defending like this, Dallin.
Remarkable, amazing. So many great plays in this game. Here's a look at the player of the match candidates.
Yeah, they have been. These have been the standouts for mine. Thomas Kubisha, number 12 for Miami, absolutely everywhere. And O'Leary has been outstanding. The way he's kicked, goal kicks. And Van der Skyf, we've mentioned him already. What a return he's had to the number 12 jersey for Houston.
All exceptional performers tonight so far. 5 minutes to go. Wilton Rabolo carries. Houston with an extra player. Momsen. Warner turns it around. Here's a chip over the top from Drew Wild. Kubisha cleans this one up. Kubeli, in fact, for Miami. Tau Kolomatangi, former New Zealand under-20 player. Moana Pacifica as well. His experience plus the replacements have really made a difference in the second half. He thought we'd see a big backlash in the second period from Houston. Schumacher looks to go wide. The ball's been dropped on that far side. Drake Davis puts it down. That's unfortunate.
That was a tough one for Davis to pull in. The flattest of flat passes. Just seemed to float away from his hands. Houston desperate. Still haven't got that bonus point try yet. Miami keep this up. They could send the SaberCats home with nothing.
Wow, did not see that coming in week 9 of Major League Rugby. Miami and Florida, who invented the suntan lotion. Well, it's Houston they're getting burnt tonight. 3 to go for the Miami Sharks. Just that one time they played Houston last year, they lost 35-19 in the great state of Texas. Well, tonight it's a different story here in Florida. Kubeli, Rugby World Cup semi-finalist in 2015. Thomas Kubisha, the hard-running inside centre, carries well again. Forwards knock it on.
Could just be a little bit of fatigue as well creeping in. The standards tend to drop. Handling errors start to rise toward the end of the game. It's been a physical encounter. Plenty of running, long passages of play. This crowd that have turned out to support their Sharks have been treated with some fantastic rugby.
They really have. The loyal fans, they've come in here week after week at this brilliant facility where Inter Miami FC play nearby at Chase Stadium. The Shark Tank here, capacity of 1,500. Such a vibe on the go. Alatimu yet again. Wild with a massive shot. What a tackle in there from Tommy Malanos. Tuifua fought bravely tonight. Hasn't gone all his side's way. Kenny Nasagenge, nicknamed the horse, looks to gallop in open field. Here's Alatumi yet again. Wild, look at space there for McLean. Stops against O'Leary. Rufus McLean, 1 try tonight so far. Warner gets his pass pinched. Brilliant stuff here from Miami. They just keep delivering when nobody sees it coming. Kubeli now to Chase Shaw Haskin, the Maccabee USA gold medal winner in Israel in 2017. His father, Greg Shaw Haskin, the bodybuilder of note, never skips leg day as well. Kubeli goes to the sky as we have a minute to go in this game. They're up 51 points to 15. It's kicked through from Inciarte, who's still going. Alatimu tries to keep it alive there. And Tinashe Muchina has possession for Houston. Again, they're in their 22. Nasagenge, they have to run to Houston. Oh, a little goose step there from Tuifua. Playing a bit of sevens, he breaks free. Tuifua, Sam Tuifua. What a stunning break from the number 8. Space left and right. Looking for support runners. Now it's a little scoop there from Drake Davis, the 28-year-old. His 3rd MLR appearance with Houston, 2nd this season. Drew Wild, gaps everywhere. Drew Wild cutting loose. The beautiful offload. And Nathan Denhout, the Moose, will score underneath the uprights with 7 seconds to go.
Well, they haven't won the game, Dallin, but that was a small victory for Houston to score in that fashion, to get the bonus point. They will leave with 1 point from this match. Sam Tuifua, you mentioned that he'd fought so hard tonight, as has this man, Drew Wild. Possibly another contender for player of the match had Houston scored another few tries. He would have been well up there. What a game.
The Miami Sharks, they've stunned the number 1 team in the West with a tremendous victory in the Shark Tank. A night to remember for the franchise. Just their 3rd win this season, but in front of their sensational home fans. Congratulations to head coach Jose Pellicina and his squad of determined warriors. 31-22, an unbelievable performance. So many moments of the match, but one stood out for us. It was a brilliant moment from the scrum half. Tommy Inciarte.
Inciarte, he doesn't normally play scrum half. That ball back in, the miracle pass, the quick reaction, pinpoint accurate kick, and then, of course, the bounce. Sometimes a bit of luck is needed, especially with the oval-shaped ball, Dallin. Didn't Inciarte get it? Didn't take his eye off the pill. What a try. Look at that crowd going absolutely crazy.
We'll be right back with our post-match from the Sunshine State, where Miami have defeated Houston by 31 points to 22 in Week 9 of Major League Rugby.
Frozen in time? Don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber, awarded the fastest and most reliable